There was an interesting post I saw, maybe a couple. One was from Instantly about some of their recent reporting on effectiveness of cold campaigns, and their main point of a lot of this was that relevance beats personalization on that sort of cold customization front. Right? So it's too easy to create a personal note that is taking somebody's LinkedIn profile and delivering something that's personalized. But relevance is a little bit of a higher bar. It's harder to figure out and harder to write, but
Yeah. I
that
mean,
relevant message is
it's
delivering
also in their
better.
interest to say that relevance is more important than personalization, because any AI can do personalization, and they're claiming that their targeting tools are super unique or something. Um,
Hmm.
I actually don't think there's a cutoff between personalization and there's no clear line where it says, oh, this is personalization and this is targeting. It's I guess targeting is when you decide that someone goes on a list, that means that you will reach out to them, and personalization means how you pitch it to them, right? But
Like it's the difference between personalization and relevance as the core thing that you're writing. And personalization could be, they write about their hobbies and their charitable work and whatever else, and you key in on that in the message.
yeah,
That might be personalization versus relevance being why is this relevant to this human based on where they work, what they do,
yeah,
problems they're trying to solve. That's the core difference of relevance versus personalization.
yeah. And I think when you listen to Brianna or Nicholas talking about these things, these are two of our mentors. They say write based on the signal, but it has to be a true signal. Like, this is why we wrote to you, and it's actually a true signal. That means that you are interested in this. That means that it is relevant to you. Um, so I tend to think that's right. Um, when we are collecting these leads, I right now I'm collecting based on two criteria. Um, One is just roles inside of the relevant company, and the other is a specific signal that shows that they're interested either in discovery or in AI and kind of are implementing it. So what we get is for each one of these a few leads that are just the right roles, and hopefully maybe one or two or like a couple that actually did something public that entails interest in either discovery or AI. Um, and so we'll see kind of the how it breaks down. I'm guessing most of them will just be based on roles, but the companies are now analyzed according to signal. So that's a pretty strong alignment. But yeah, it's super interesting. By the way, the cost of the AI on this is pretty high. Um, so I upgraded to Max 20X, and that ran out over the weekend for the whole week. It finished for in a couple of days the whole week, and we
Yeah.
also use this for coding, so this is bad news. Um, so I started looking at alternatives. So first of all, part of the reason it ran out is I was to catch up and build a queue. I was running them hourly instead of daily. So we built a queue. That's nice. I scale it back to daily. But so I started exploring, an alternative. Unfortunately, I couldn't really find one. So there's a lot of open source harnesses, and there's open source models like Kimi or DeepSeek that you could use that are pretty good for a lot of these things. But A, they're not as good. B, when you pay for them, I think you end up at most saving like 60% of the cost.
Mm.
And that comes to using your own harness, uh, using your own like hosted model, or moving to an API that's like a technical API that just serves you this model. Uh, a lot of work to put it all together. Less security because you're kind of doing your own thing, so it doesn't come with the security. Less friendly, and the model is not as good, and the harness is not as good.
Hmm.
In terms of just the quality of results are not going to be as good. So right now it feels like just paying whatever $600 a month to Claude is probably the best bet.